Hello and welcome to the Matsumoto City General Gymnasium. Clayton Lucas here with you for our first game of the day. And it's the USA who are up against Peru. USA bounced back from their 3-2 defeat by Serbia to overpower China 3-0. And they currently have a 2-1 record, having beaten Korea in their first match. USA in your picture, that was Kelsey Robinson, 23, with her serve. And now in your picture, Peru, who have a 1-2 record. They beat Algeria before losing to Korea and Serbia. Now, this is currently how the World Cup standings are. Russia are top, the only team undefeated, and Japan in second place, USA behind them on points ratio. So at the moment, it's Russia looking good to perhaps be World Cup champions, but more importantly, I suppose, for the rest of the teams, Russia and Japan sitting in the 2 Olympic spots which are available for the teams that end up in those 2 positions come the end of this tournament. It's a round-robin tournament. Everybody will play 11 matches to decide the overall winner. The USA, currently the world champions and the World Grand Prix champions, and no doubt Coach Karch Karai will be playing the bench today. So expect to see Egg Gibbermeyer, 11, easy, and also Fawcett. She does come in during the game, but it's not normally a starter through the opposite slot. And also, I should imagine that Molly Kreklow, number 18, will be the starting setter today. A chance for the bench to have a run out, and a chance for the regular players to take a breather. For Peru, there'll be no luxury at all in that department for them or their head coach, Mario Manisquillo. They expect to see the full squad out. Mirtha Uribe, number 2, the captain through the middle, with Claravet Yeliskaz, number 11. So Peru up against it, but a chance for them to see where they're at in terms of their level on the world stage. The USA know they need to win and win comfortably, even though the bench will probably start, because it's all about that points and sets ratio. As you saw, they were currently in 3rd place. They want to be in the top 2. So it's time for the national anthems. We will start with the USA and we'll finish with Peru. So national anthem's over and a time for a photo opportunity. It's been happening throughout this tournament and continues to do so. And what a great idea it is as well. The youngsters from the local clubs here coming out as sort of mini mascots, and then having their photographs taken and having high fives. Now, there's a whole bunch of them out today. Matsumoto Viga Phoenix, the Matsumoto Fighters, the Matsumoto Shimuzi VBS, and the Matsumoto Marvelous Kamada teams. And just goes to show there are so many teams playing junior volleyball in Japan. It's incredible. And for some of the players, the high fives, well, have to be jumped. We're going to have the introduction of the referees shortly, then the teams. For the USA, they managed to put themselves right back in the frame in this tournament with their victory over China. Many felt that it would have been a good time for China to play the USA, and indeed it was. It was close, 3-0. Sounds not very close, but the first two sets could have gone either way. However, USA played extremely well in the third and sealed it. So the referees for this one today, it's Ibrahim Ali Jafar from Bahrain. He's the man in charge. And he will be ably assisted by Argentina's Fabian Pedro Concea. And the challenge referee today is from Poland, Peter Dudek. We may see him, we may not. It all depends on how many challenges, if any, we have. Each team is allowed 2 challenges per set. And if the challenge is successful, they can keep their challenge. Becoming more and more prevalent now in the game. So time for the USA to come out onto court, and it's no surprise really that the bench will be given an opportunity. So through the middle today, it's Lauren Gibbermeyer, number 8, and Megan Easy, formerly Hodge, number 11 through the outside. Nicole Fawcett is opposite, number 14. Setting is Molly Kreklow, number 18. Tori Dixon, 21, through the middle, along with Kelsey Robinson, 23, who goes through the outside. That's how they line up. And Kayla Banoff and Natalie Hageland are the 2 liberos. I guess the question for today for Coach Kirai in the picture is, does he use his double substitutions and bring in what would be Alicia Glass and Castello, or does he just let the 6 that's on court do the business? If he's looking to rest his starters, he may not make the usual kind of double substitutions that we see throughout the matches. So for Peru, it's their strongest 6 that they can muster. Number 9, Catherine Regalado in the opposite slot. Setting is Zoila La Rosa, number 10. Mirtha Uribe, number 2, and Claravette Yeleski's number 11 are through the middle, and through the outside it's Carla Ortiz, 15, and Catherine Olimar, 13. Head coach Mario Masquillo will be hoping his team can perform to give him something to work with going forwards. That's always the worst thing for a coach, if you have a team come out, don't play, and get beat soundly. He's like, well, where do I go from here? I've got nothing in which to work from because you didn't show me anything. You never gave me a level. Hopefully Peru will be able to do that. They're not a bad team. They just don't match up quite so well against the USA, who have the height and power and the consistency. But if Peru can get their consistency levels up, and Olimar can hit smart, number 13. She's a really good attacker of the ball, but she does have a tendency to hit in rhythm on the way up, and that does mean the block can find her quite easily. It will be La Rosa to get things underway. Peru in white serving, the USA in red receiving this match number 22 from the FIVB Volleyball World Cup here in Japan. And first point goes to the USA, Gibbermeyer on the slide behind. Peru very nicely getting themselves the side out, and that means Olimar now will serve. Straight away, both middles being put into action for the USA. This time to Tori Dixon with the slide down, putting the ball away down the line. Good speed laterally by the USA. Fawcett has a swing, but that's just a continuation. Chance here for Peru. But good blocking. That's something that they are going to have to be a lot more smart about. USA with a very good block. Very disciplined block. Kreklo serves once again. And again, the block holds firm. 4-1 now for the USA. And Marisquelo calls a timeout straight away.
Não iniciamos malo, não. Mas concentra no que hablamos. O saque é na zona 5, a porra tem que entrar na zona 5. Porque aquela negra é a única que não miramos. A outra é o segundo líbero. Então vamos sacar na negra. Duas coisas. Cobertura, 2 balões, ninguém cobriu. Líbero que não cobre e a outra também. Regalado vai atacar, não é que ataca muito duro. Vamos pra barro. Oh, dá pra jogar, e se assustar, joga. Vamos.
You just see Rueda wasn't waving at anyone, she's just showing block out to her outside hitters, and that's what Peru have to do. They've got to be smart against the USA. If they hit in rhythm, which means going up in the same timing as their they take off and then hitting in that same rhythm, the USA will be all over them. Good up from Kreklo. Good swing by Ortiz. Straight at the libero, and an easy put away for Tori Dixon. Natalie Hagelund getting a start in this one. It's normally Kayla Banwar who comes in. That's nice from Tori Dixon. It's really good actually when you look at this USA squad. Bear in mind it's a round-robin tournament, 11 matches to play. You really want that strength in depth, and actually with the 6 that's on court now, it's a 6 that could just as easily be a starting 6. That one goes off the block and out of play. I mean, we see it is now against a weaker team as far as USA are concerned, but even against China or Russia, it's a team that, you know, on their day could do very well, and a team that's going to get better, players that are going to be getting better and better. And there's a really healthy competition for places in the USA squad. And you look at the likes of particular players who haven't made it to this tournament. Courtney Thompson, who has been the backup setter to Kreklo because Alicia Glass was injured, will be pretty disappointed she didn't actually make this trip. But that's the way it is in sport. It's about being the best, about being better than those around you, and giving the coach a real dilemma as to who he's going to pick. Keisha puts that one down. Tori Dixon now serves USA with a 4-point advantage. That's a good dig from Dixon. Fawcett pops it up. A little bit of confusion. I think Robinson thought Gibbermeyer was going to play it. Another good dig. Oh, that was unlucky. Good reactions from Robinson. It's so important when you're blocking. Watch Robinson here. She goes up straight away. She's turning, looking, and almost kept it in play. Nice, right down to the line. Gibbermeyer putting that deep. Not very often now you see middle attacks, even in the men's game, go up and hit the ball to the traditional base positions of 1 and 5. A lot of teams now will hit down to the corners, so in the gap that's presented between 5 and 6 and 1 and 6. which does then lead you to start thinking about where should your base position be against a middle attack. If you're playing Brazil, your base position is going to be not by the 3-meter line in the men's game, because they never hit it there. Not unless there's no block in front of them in terms of they get a free ball or a free swing. So technical timeout, USA coasting at the moment. It's interesting, Glass has come in for Kreklo across the front row. Just wonder whether Kreklo's got a slight injury or an issue or what. Interesting sub by the USA. It might just be that Karch felt Kreklo wasn't performing, wasn't doing what he wanted to do, and Glass gets a shout. Robinson. Well, 3 blockers in. No real angles for Regalado, but however, so I think she's put that ball more into the net than into the block. Well, these are things that Peru needs to make sure don't happen. If you've got a swing on the ball, take it, but make sure the other team has to play it or has to work hard to stop you from doing what you need to do. That's a great swing from Olimar. That's more like it from her. That's the way she can be a real pain for opposition, including now the USA. Good leave, well watched by Easy and by Haglund. Gibbermeyer with the serve for the USA. Well, everybody too deep for the USA. Gibbermeyer and Fawcett were way back. 3 blockers come in. If you get 3 blockers in, you've got to change your defensive positions behind them. You can't just stay where you were. Otherwise, that can happen to you. Slightly quicker ball outside, almost caught Easy off guard, but she's able to deal with it, gets a good block out. Kreklo's back in now across the back row. So that's the end of Glass's time on court in the first set. Nice speed in the middle. Rosa connecting with the captain, Uribe. Easy was off, ready for a hit instead of helping out. That's a good serve, trying to disrupt the USA's hitting attack, but really good play from Dixon. Nice ball in from Easy just to create the opportunity, and then Kreklo says, OK, put that one away through the middle. Totori does. Nice solid side out from Peru. Good ball in from Ortiz. She was pushed all the way back to the baseline. Made a good run up. Good use of Fawcett's block. And Robinson was going for glory. Little quicker play outside. Fortunately, though, she waited just a little too long and hit it too steep, which is why the net got in the way. So now Peru will serve again. Just 3 behind here. It might just be at the back of Coach Karch's mind, an alarm bell or two going off. Just needs to be wary, because this Peru team are quite steady at the level they play at, and it's not that difficult for the USA's level to drop if they're not careful, which will allow Peru right back in this one. Good hustle by Peru. And again, slowing the ball down, allowing them to have a go at the USA. But it's a solid block. Gibbermeyer and force it way across the net. And Peru's opportunity is denied. Great blocking. Once again, USA putting up 3 blockers, but both Kreklo and Robinson were way back. No one coming up and covering what is a huge amount of space either side of the 3 blockers. Well, we were going to go to a technical timeout, but there might be a challenge coming here, looking for a touch, I think, off the block. And Squares thought he saw something. Was he right? So, Peter Dudek, the Polish referee, the challenge ref, just getting his instructions. The challenge team are on the ball here. They know their stuff, and straight away, well, looks like a touch there. And indeed there is. Good call and a good challenge. And Craig and Charlotte, the officials in charge of the challenge system, had that one up and ready to go very quickly. So that's the challenge system at its best. It means we don't have a technical timeout. Peru have a point. And now they have an ace to go with it. And things can turn around very quickly in volleyball. What could have been 16-10 is now 12-15. And Peru still fighting. Force it though, gets the side out, so 16-12. And we head into the second technical timeout with the USA 4 points in front.
How do we think they're passing right now in general? At a ridiculously high level. So we really got to ratchet up the service pressure. Bring it at them. We're okay with a miss or two, but let's get them out of system a little here. They're passing far too well.
Well, typically Couch would notice that, being one of the greatest swing hitters ever to play the game, with 3 gold medals to his name, 2 indoors and 1 on the beach. And a player that was passing the court on 2 when he was with Bob Svertlik. And those 2 were kings of the court for the USA back in '84 and '88. I mean, nowadays, it's almost unheard of to pass on 2 players. But they kind of brought that into the game of volleyball before the liberos were invented. And as he said, we're not serving tough enough. Peru are able to put the ball in, which is giving them options, which is stretching our block. So let's go serve tough. We won't mind the odd miss if it means it puts Peru out of system, which means they don't get to run all their options. Well, just a little roll shot from Robinson, but Gas should have either played it or not been stood in that position, because she's already run off the net on what is a roll shot, and as a result of that, it's got herself right in the way of the passing unit, of the defending unit. Ideally, if it's a free ball coming over, wait till it comes over your head in the front row, then come off with the ball and come back in with it. Either that or get into a position where you can play it early. 18-12, USA coasting. Olimar, 3 blockers, and she's put it right into Gibbermeyer. Not a good swing from Olimar. Looking at that slow-mo. That needed to be a cut away from the body or high hands.
Então, com o triple, entra colocando atrás do bloqueio, não é passaria difícil. Ou entra na paralela, ou entra pegando pro alto, ok? Tem que se entrou uma boa diagonal, mas era o triple que se pegou no bloco. Ou recibo e vamos. Oi, dá pra divertir. Recebeu o vento, saiu.
Force it to serve. Now, a late block from Givermeyer. When you get the jousts at the net, it's all about who can press on the ball last. If you press too early, then you're in trouble, because that means you're on the way down, your hands are coming back, and the other player will be able to push the ball against you and win. Good dig. Great dig from Uliskis, just getting her hips under the ball, holding her position. That time, though, Givermeyer finds a gap between 5 and 6. The speed of that ball laterally, no chance at all. Olimar protecting the line, but the ball was always in front of Givermeyer to give her the cross-court angle, not spotted by Olimar, who was blocking. Good leave. This time Olimar trying to avoid the block. It's difficult when you're a 4-hitter. You get the 2 blockers against you, and depending on where the ball's set, what options you had. She didn't really have a line option with that one because it was almost on the antenna. FIVB has to play it. Olimar again, better chance now, and finds the line. That's a nice swing. Lovely ball, which gave her the option. She was pinning cross-court here. USA thought cross-court again, but look, nice amount of line for her to turn and hit the ball into. Well, if you're not going to block on the pipe, as Olimar didn't, you've got to go and cover behind the blocker. Olimar was moving the right way as well. That's always going to be Olimar's ball, always. You do have to back yourself when you start making those movements. All right, it might have taken her out of the chance to have a hit, but someone else could have done, and Peru may well have got the point. As it is, they're struggling. They're trying to find a way through here, which is proving a little bit difficult. Easy getting the ball again. Get the feeling Easy's being set just a little bit too low. Doesn't really need to be running quick balls out wide like that. Just a high and wide ball will be enough. Easy's got a far bigger jump than any block that Peru can put up. Easy touches 3 meters 20 when she's spiking, if you believe the statistics. And Peru find themselves with the ball back. The highest blocker that Peru can put up is 306. And that's Rueda, and she's not even on court. No one else touches 3 meters in the block. So she's 20 centimeters plus above any hands that Peru can put up. Now, all that needs to be said is, right, high ball, out wide, take your time, get up over the top, last third of court, see if they can stop you. It is important that you can change your systems, that you can play and adapt to the teams in front of you. And if you only need to have a high ball out wide, then do it. Nice. Dixon on that slide behind. And time for us to talk about Twitter as we have a look at that slow-mo again. Hashtag FIVB WW Cup. Get yourself involved. Let us know where you're watching from. Send your pics in. Whereabouts in the world are you? Which teams are you supporting? What do you think about the volleyball so far? Who do you want to win? Who's your favourite player? We'd love to hear from you. So set point then for the USA. Kreklo with the serve. A rather audacious set from LaRosa. Miles off the net to the middle, who wasn't able to get swing on it. Easy will. But that's a great block. FIVB with Regalado to put down easy, but again, that ball out wide was really too low. Putting easy under pressure. Uribe with the serve. So high, wide, out to force it, down goes the ball. USA take the first set, 25-17. They lead 1-0. So, relatively straightforward for the USA with their second six on court, and Coach Kachkarai not using his double substitution, so he's really trying to give his starting players as much of a rest as possible. That includes the two middle blockers of the captain, Krista Harmoto-Dietzen and Feluke Akinradewo. And my apologies to Akinradewo. I have been calling it Akinradewo, but I've been reliably informed by the team manager of the USA, Denise Sheldon, that it is Akinradewo. So apologies to those of you who've been listening and getting frustrated with that. Well, your set statistics, if you look at the numbers, they should add up to 25 and to 17, excluding the digs on the bottom line. And that gives you an idea of how the points were scored. USA with 16 attack points, and they were given 5 errors by Peru. It wasn't that the USA made 5 errors. Well, the team's ready for the second set very nearly, and you get to see couple of kind of protocols that need to be observed. If you're wondering why there are players peppering and they're not on the court, you're not allowed on the court until the start of the match. The referee blows the whistle, but you are allowed on the space at the baseline to have a pepper, dig set smash for the subs, and during timeouts as well, you can go and have a run up and down the sidelines just to keep yourself moving, try and keep warm. Teams then ready to go. No change for Peru, and equally no change for the USA. But no doubt they'll want to get that scoreline a little bit lower in their favour, because as well as winning 3-0, it does come down to sets ratios and possibly even points ratios, and it's the points ratio at the moment that's keeping the USA in third place behind Japan. They both have 4 points. They both lost their one game 3-2, but Japan have scored more points, or have less points against them in their matches so far compared to the USA. Away we go then with set 2. Robinson with the serve for the USA, and Peru looking for side out. Little combination play. Olimar off the block and out. That's where she works really well as a pinch hitter for Peru. Coming around on the X, up early, and then hitting the ball on the up into the block that's yet to be formed. Hands, it goes off the hands in a way, and she's not able to back it up. Twice she's done that now. Gone and hit a really good shot, gone back to serve and missed it. But a lack of concentration for Olimar. Give a eye for the USA to serve. Good dig. Chase is on. This will have to come over. Free ball for the USA. Good weight by Tatori Dixon, actually. Doing what I talked about earlier in the first set. It is a free ball, but instead of getting into a position to get in the way of players having to dig the ball, she waited till it came over, then moved out. Easy was also hesitant about when to get off the net, but she was always going to peel out over the sideline and get out of the way anyway. Good swing. Dixon hammers that one. Apologises to Olimar. I think it just caught her on the side of the head. And it's all well and good, and she did apologise. That's fine, but she shouldn't really have to apologise. She wasn't aiming to go after it. Peru didn't put a block up. They're out of position, not quite up to the level, and you have to think, well, those things are likely to happen against those teams, and you can't then say, well, we're going to play left-handed or we're going to just roll everything in. You have to play to the best of your ability. I know for a fact if it had been against Russia or it had been Russia against the USA or any of the top teams, quite often there'll be apologies for something like that. You do need to be ruthless when you're on court. And the USA are starting to do that. Serving pressure's definitely gone up. Must have spoke to it. A good dig from Gibbermeyer, and it's kept in play brilliantly by Hegeland. And it's a net touch, though, by the USA, so Peru have the point. You can see the difference, can't you, when the serve is tough from the USA. Peru struggle a little bit, so their options are less, but that last serve was very easy. They had all their options in terms of going middle and wide and backcourt if they wanted to, and then that just puts pressure on any block, including the USA's, because you cannot gang up on one player in particular, because you just don't know where it's going. Nicely left by Natalie Hageland. Hageland plays her volleyball in Switzerland for Valero Zurich. A few of the players play their volleyball abroad. A few play on the national team only, in terms of Megan Easy and Krista Hermoso-Dietzen. Peru all in over the net. The other USA team players, Kayla Banwa. Interesting from Robinson. Thought she was going to hit that, but that's nice. Played it back to Kreklo. Kreklo gives it her back. A little 1-2 between them, and a nice no-look hit to the line. This time, USA were ganging up on Ortiz. 8-3, the technical timeout. That's the value of a tough serve.
What did you see that she was doing to make you drop in like that?
That was a little inside.
Yeah, really nice move. All of a sudden there was a solar eclipse there. What's your plan for this next one?
Slide go, but she's been mixing up and quick. So just be ready for it.
So keep Kelsey ready on that.
USA! USA!
On defense, you were balanced and you got up a nice deflection. That's not an easy play to make. Off the quick.
So no hysterics, no shouting, no screaming, no negativity. Always from Coach Karch-Karai, it's positive. But the best thing about his timeouts, I think, is the fact that, so he didn't just go and say to Dix, hey, nice block. Way to make that block. He said, so what happened out there? What made you decide to make that movement? And she then explains, well, I saw this, I saw that. So getting the players thinking all the time about what they're doing and why things are happening. And then it just helps to encourage those performances again, those movements again, and recognize exactly what you're seeing in front of you and why you're doing what you're doing. And another block for the USA. Well, that doesn't often happen against the top teams. They're also taking a chance with the volley over. It looked like Kreklo started a little late to react. But the setter's touch is a key touch in volleyball, which everyone needs to be looking at, particularly the middle blockers, or if it's the outside hitter, if they are pinch blocking, or the outside hitter happens to be right in front of the setter if she's front court, which it should be to a degree. Pinch blocking is where you have the outside hitter and the middle blocker stood either side of the setter who's on the other side of the net. So you're pinching the space either side of her. And that's the example. Giebermeyer jumping a little too early and getting beaten by La Rosa on the joust. Giebermeyer could probably stand there on her tippy toes and would have won that joust with her hands above the net. So Fawcett goes block out. So a change, an interesting change, is Molly Kreklo coming off glass, coming across the front row for a setting run. Just like we saw in set one. Good serve from Fawcett. Good jump float. Ortiz moving backwards. She was off balance. And as the ball then dropped in front of her. Watch 15 going back. Off balance. Weight through the heels. Not a very good pass. Peru call the timeout. Trailing quite heavily here in this set now.
Então vamos pensar em treinar. Esse balão era treinamento de bloqueio. Tava ali, ela tava com a diagonal para atacar, entrou para dentro dos tênis e passou. Então ali, uma mão, a outra mão rotita, não morre não. Passou dentro da tua mão? Então com atenção, treinando. Que a gente vai desarrollando, com calma que tá indo. Ok? Vamos nós, vai.
That's how the points have been scored for the USA. Side that out at 6, then 3 points off the back of that. And it is all about the serving runs. If you can't score a point from serving, either directly from the serve or from putting the ball in transition or from blocking it, pretty much the three ways that will happen, as we just saw. So there's a block from the overpass. Then you're never going to win a set, you're never going to win a match. Because even though it's rally point scoring, ultimately you have to actually get a point from your serve somewhere during the set in order to create the 2-point margin to win. So this is exactly what Karch Karai wanted from his team. Tough serving to put Peru out of system, which means they don't have anything other than perhaps one option, maybe two, but certainly not 3 or 4. And that means then the block can start going after players. Good dig. Nicely done. La Rosa puts it down after a good chase from Olimar, who's been under a lot of pressure from the USA from serve. That was all down to a really good dig to start with by Susan Egoavil, the libero in the red for Peru. Well, Olimar goes off and Guerrero comes in part because of that poor run she had. Good up from Easy. Just overcut that one. Good Robinson putting her hand through that ball. So La Rosa once again. It is a strong rotation for Peru with the 3 front court attackers available. La Rosa keeps it in play. I think Ortiz actually got the touch. Well, this time though, Giebermeyer puts it down with a second attempt on that slide behind. Well watched. Givermeyer could see that coming, and really, La Rosa didn't have much of a chance. She's 3-meter line. Uribe's almost at the net. There's no room to manoeuvre then if the ball comes to her in the middle. Technical timeout, USA with a very healthy lead.
With our increased serving pressure, we got some good opportunities to work hard in trans, get the good touch, get off the net, get some space. What do we have, Jim?
We have 3 up, line everywhere, we get off the middle, she stays, and we just slide to her combo.
Our coach talked about it. We haven't seen her as an outside. I'm guessing she can't pass considering she's a middle. So if you get her in serve receive, make sure we get after her. Angle on both pins. Probably passing with 2. Make sure we work space in there.
USA! USA!
So it's a really good spot by the assistant coach, talking about number 4, Guerrero, who's just come in. And she's come in for Olimar, and he said, right, if she gets to pass, go after her, because she's in fact a middle blocker. And that means middle blockers aren't traditionally passes. So it's be interesting to see whether Guerrero stays on across the back row. Hageland was turned by the ball. She'll be disappointed with that. Couldn't keep her shoulders facing back to the net. Didn't get her left shoulder under her right to play that. Gets twisted around like a pretzel. Regalado has the kill. Peru have the ball, and it's Guerrero with the serve. Well, the line was sealed. Fortunately, Givermeyer and Easy both going still laterally to their left, which meant they jumped out of the way of the ball, couldn't get back to play the little chip around the block. Guerrero with her second serve. Easy, too easy. Down it goes eventually. A bit of sloppy play from the USA. This is where they need to keep their concentration and focus. So Guerrero, number 4, should be a target here down the line from Givermeyer, the way that she's facing. Indeed, she is, but it's the libero who takes it away from her. Little combination play, well dealt with by Fawcett. Nice, Easy with the cut to the line. La Rosa couldn't keep it off the floor. Oh, loads of room. Glass with the net touch. Brilliant. That's a really good way to bring the ball back into court from Glass, but Peru still take the point. USA under pressure from a decent serve. Change. Kreklo comes back in as we have a look at that shot from Dixon again. Glass is off, and that's the end once again of her set. Way back, putting Robertson under a bit of pressure. Fawcett looking to get the ball down. Good pickup by Guerrero. Nicely done, but it's off the antenna from Fawcett. It looked like she put it away. Fortunately, though, that red and white pole, the antenna goes up infinitely. Ball mustn't touch it, mustn't go outside it, hit it, or go over, goes over the top of it, that's also out. Well, he's not really doing himself a lot of favours in terms of trying to state her case for a starting 6 outside hitting spot. De La Peña comes in and replaces La Rosa. So a substitution by Peru. It's a direct change as well, it's setter for setter. It didn't last very long. In fact, it wasn't a like for like, because De La Peña is in fact a middle blocker. That's why she was brought in for a bit of height. Well, it didn't quite work, so the substitution reversed, and now Peru called timeout.
E a FIVB vai encerrar, ok? Muito bem, entra duro no ataque, não pensa em nada. Entra duro. Vamos cobrir, hein? Oh, tá dando pra fazer um jogo? E se tiver um pouquinho de cabeça, vai um pouquinho melhor e vamos chegar lá. Outro set outra vez. Uma de cada vez. Muito bem, Beck, muito bem revelado, vai.
Dixon will go back to serve. 3 points required for the USA to have a 2-0 lead. Good serve. Aguaville will be a little bit upset with that one. Just look at her positioning. Just let the ball hit her. Didn't move into the ball with the pass. So 2 points in a row from the USA. Peru stood watching as that one come back off the block. Set point now for the world champions and world Grand Prix champions. Just about enough room for Liesges to work with. Block out from Robinson, gets the job done for the USA. 25-15, and they now lead 2-0. Meadow, not required. Jordan Larson-Burback, not required for this one. Just going to keep warm, touch the ball a bit. Let's have a look at the highlights. Errors, 7 from the USA for Peru. Well, if they had an error-free set, that meant Peru would have only scored 8 points. So certainly something there for the USA to be working on. A lot of that was missed serves. And then a couple of hits out down the line, weren't there? One from Robinson, one from Fawcett into the antenna. Kreklo missed a serve. And they'll soon add up. Peru go back to their starting 6, so too do the USA. Second ref just checking the rotations, or as they should be, so the libero can come in. Score table's happy, second ref's happy. We can start the third set. Peru with the serve, Olimar with the ball. Good blocking. Gibbermeyer puts it down. See how far across the net Gibbermeyer was, all over that one. Another big block from the USA, this time to Tori Dixon putting it down. That's it. It was rolled right into Kreklo from Ortiz, who was way into court. Little tip into the cross court, front court 3-meter line. That's where that one needed to have gone. Good work, good chase as well. Kreklo next to Fawcett, able to get the ball back in play. Well, that one won't come back because Gibbermeyer and Robinson are on the same shoulder line. Difficult to keep the ball in play in that situation. Double touch against Kreklo. She tried to put that one out quickly to easy. Might have been a bit of perspiration on the ball. This car just having a look up to the big screen to see if he could see a replay, but there wasn't one coming. Lockout. Ortiz being used by Dixon. This isn't a bad start for Peru, 3-all. Always can be difficult, not always, but can be difficult when you're winning so comfortably, to maintain that focus. But you have to be disciplined, but right from the off, take your game to the opposition. So a foot fault against Megan Easy. Have to take off from behind the line. Her foot just caught it. Looks like there might be a change or two coming here. And it's going to be a double, so it's going to be 18 for 1. So Kreklo will go off, but we've seen that already during the course of this one. It'll be glass to come in, but that's quite early. USA up by 1 at the moment. Velasquez apologises as she misses the block and the court. The USA looking for a serving run here with Dixon. Good cover by Ego Avil. Nice pick up. Oh, it stayed in play. Brilliant. Well watched by Kreklo. A few oohs from the crowd on that one. Good hustle at the net by the USA. That was a little too tight into Gibbermar. She did well to get anything on that. It must have hurt her shoulder. So the USA take the point, courtesy of that hard work from Kreklo initially. Good dig. Well watched. Nicely back over the net. So a little quicker ball out wide. Olimar up early. She's a little jack in the boxes, Olimar, when she jumps. And a good wrap off the block before Fawcett could get it finished. It'll be Iliasquez with the serve. That's going to go way long. First technical timeout. USA 2-0 up and they lead by 3 here.
What do we got? Yep. Those hands over early. We got them. A little late.
Glass in for Kreklo. Probably the only change we're going to see for the USA if it carries on as it has done. Good hustle from Robinson to keep the ball in play, and then an unforced error from Ortiz as she tried to miss the block. And now the USA beginning to ease away from Peru. That's a good serve. Fawcett's definitely been the best server for the USA during this game. What a good jump float serve deep into the corner. Ortiz having to cover behind Olmar. And a timeout called by Marisquelo.
Sacando usted. Passo lateral e legal. Esse balão já era de usted ainda. Então cuidado aí, porque é treino. O saque saiu para dentro, esplaça e essa é tua. Ela tem que estar cá. Você seguiu bem, Carol. Depois o balão estava muito lejos, ok? Oi, vamos, não para não, hein? Vamos.
Another good serve from Fawcett. Well, looked like a little bit of a miss hit from Gibbermeyer, but she'll take it. Right down into position one. Well, it was a good hit, actually. Exactly where she wanted it to go. Solid blocking. Glass lining up Gibbermeyer. It's the outside hitter's movement, and then the middle blocker comes to close the gap. She's done that brilliantly, actually. That's a really good block. Swing from Fawcett. You're going to be hypercritical. You'd say that Hagelin should have volleyed that ball in, the libero for the USA. Nicely done, though. So 13-5, all off the back of this good serving run from Fawcett. Gibbermeyer trying to get out wide, and on that occasion trying to get her hands into the window early, but not getting them across the net, and left a gap between her and the net, which is why it went down on her own side. Another good swing from Fawcett. Not seen much of a middle on the pipe from her, but that's really well played. Glass getting that working very nicely. Well left. So Guerrero comes in for Ortiz. Carla Rueda is the nominated outside hitter for Peru, number 3, but she hasn't seen any court so far. Guerrero's come in again, the middle blocker, for an outside hitter. So, well, USA thought they had the point, but they have to think again. It's gone down as an ace for Peru. That's better from easy. Good dig by Ego Avil. And now, though, USA can put it into transition. Well, still easy, can't seem to get this ball down on the floor. That was too close to the net from Glass. He apologises to Gibbermeyer, but really, again, when you're looking at these situations, Easy's had the ball 3 times, couldn't get it down. That was a great opportunity to go back to her again and say, right, come on, put it on the floor. Let's be moving on to the next point. So now Glass has got 2 hitters who are misfiring. One bad set to Gibbermeyer, a bad movement from Gibbermeyer. Easy, you can't find the floor. She's front court. Fawcett's been brilliant through the back row, but It's a little puzzle for Glass to solve here, but she's front row, so she's able to put it over, but still, USA can't find the floor, and they're gifted the point in the end. An error from Peru. Against any other team, the USA would still be in trouble here. Keep my eyes going back to serve. Dixon's in the front row now. Straight down Easy's side of the net. Oh, 15-8, they were cruising, weren't they? Peru have snuck back into this one. So, Glass being front row gets the liberty of being able to go up and throw it down. And it's technical timeout number 2. USA in charge, just.
What did you tell her? I think probably the best thing is you pass and keep moving. All right, Tori, what's your plan here? Remember what they're in?
Well, that was what he was referring to, that play that Hegland made where she came in and played the ball, but then stepped back into court. So that meant the slide behind couldn't work. And so Coach Karch just saying, no, you play it, but keep moving. So she played it, carry on out, get out of play, come around, big loop behind, and then you can cover that slide behind if necessary. But as soon as she stopped like she did, that was it. That play was then unavailable. And that's why the error occurred. Kreklow's back in. That should be the end of the match now for Glass. And Munoz comes in for La Rosa. That's a direct substitution setter for setter. Last throw of the dice for Manusquelo. Again, the block holds fast for the USA. Everyone stood around that one for Peru, but sometimes it's a case of everyone's in too close and expecting someone else to play it. And nobody did. Might catch the block. Everyone's set out. Manusquelo not going for a challenge. Having a timeout instead.
Entendeu? Venha, saca duro, não tem problema não. Tá no pulso, ok? Não, não cruza não. Deixa arregalado lá. Se o recibo for na mano, joga uma 7 e joga arregalado outra vez. Traz o bloqueio, joga uma B, vai jogar arregalado outra vez. Se não for, primeiro tempo com ela depois. Ok? Vamos, vai.
That's where the points have come from, and Peru having that little run off of 7. 3 in a row off the back of the side out, but USA have countered now with their 2 so far from 16. Kreklow to serve again. Good lead by Kreklow. Very well disciplined, the USA. If you watch this next attack from Peru, don't watch Peru, just watch what's happening on the side of the USA if you can, where their movement is. Ace serve from Kreklow, so you get a chance to see that. Perfect serve. Another one that goes long, that doesn't find the block, so the USA now within touching distance of this one. They got themselves back to a 10-point lead. Fawcett moving into the front row here. This is their tallest lineup with Fawcett, Easy and Dixon. Nice put away. Dixon turning that one down to 1. And the USA have got one more game to come here in Matsumoto, and then it's a travel day, rest day, and they go again with 3 more matches. Then it's another travel day, rest day, 3 more matches to end the tournament. So whilst there are 11 games, there's still plenty of recuperation time in between. And if you're using your team wisely, like Coach Karai is, it means that his starting 6 have had a 2-day rest here. Potentially also will rest tomorrow, and that one hits the floor. It's an ace serve for the USA to bring up match point. So the team are in good shape at the moment. And it's a block to finish things off. Robinson puts the ball down, and the USA take the match by 3 sets to nothing. 17, 15 and 12. It got better as each set went along. Good day at the office for Coach Kirai, his players and his coaching staff. And another plus as well, everyone injury-free. Expending relatively little energy. Now they can regroup, refocus on their next match. Which for them will be their easiest match of the tournament. They've got Algeria to come, so the second 6, again, like we've seen today, expect them to be in the action. For Peru, well, they've got China to deal with, so no respite for them on their last game here in Matsumoto. But a job well done by the USA. Congratulations to them, winning this one 3-0. Quick debrief from the coach. As we'll have a stretch and a run down. We're going to find out who the most impressive performance was from. I think it's Nicole Fawcett, just from her all-round game, hitting and serving, and some good blocking. What do you think? Well, look at that. So Tori Dixon gets it. I think she's slightly, I say not embarrassed, but more like surprised that she got that one. So she can have a picture taken with Vabo-chan. Congratulations to Tori Dixon, the most impressive performance in the match. And now everyone can have their picture taken with the mascot. So here's the statistics from the set. Both teams making 7 errors. USA with 4 blocks, 11 attacks, and the 3 aces. Good enough to get the job done. Here are the match statistics. So 40 attack points for the USA, 5 aces. They were given 17 errors and they made 13. Well, that's pretty good. 13 blocks to 3. And in terms of digs made, it's pretty even. So USA will be pretty pleased with the way it all went. And they've got an easy run in now. Another even easier game tomorrow against Algeria. will play China. So as the teams warm down and the players reflect on their performances, as is usual, the coaching staff give the high fives. We can have a look at the highlights. Well, that concludes our coverage here from Game 1. Hope you enjoyed the volleyball. From all of us here in Matsumoto, time to say goodbye.